Chosen ones, your court case has them shaking. Dark secrets they tried to hide are spilling out fast. The truth was caught on camera. The truth uncovered. The footage confirmed everything. Now, someone with the power to change the narrative is on your side, ready to reveal what truly happened. No matter who it unsettles, the existence of this raw, indisputable evidence means the story is no longer just your word against theirs. What was once hidden, those moments they thought no cameras were rolling when they assumed their actions would remain in the shadows, has been fully exposed. This revelation hit with the force of a lightning strike, shattering their false reality. The person who witnessed the truth felt it deeply. The violation, the manipulation, the careful destruction of your character. The weight of it left them shaken, struggling to breathe under the heaviness of their own complicity. The rumors spread about you weren't just idle gossip. They were carefully crafted weapons engineered to destroy your reputation, cut off your connections, and leave you isolated. The accusations held just enough truth mixed with venom to make them convincing, and even your closest supporters struggled to dismiss them completely. This campaign against you was calculated and deliberate. Regret and revelation. Now, the person who uncovered the evidence is overwhelmed with regret, haunted by memories of all the times they trusted the outside noise instead of the quiet certainty within. The sting of betrayal still lingers, coating their words with the cold taste of regret. With painful clarity, they see just how deeply they betrayed themselves by abandoning their intuition when it was quietly affirming your innocence. Instead of listening to that inner voice, they chose to wade into the toxic currents of gossip, drinking in lies poured by those whose veins ran with envy and malice. Looking back, their own blindness seems impossible to comprehend. The warning signs about your accusers were always right in front of them. The inconsistencies, the shifting stories, the barely concealed delight beneath masks of concern, yet they purposely ignored every red flag. Now those ignored alarms have become inescapable sirens in their mind. The truth has illuminated everything. The jealousy that drove your accusers is now exposed, no longer able to hide behind false righteousness or concern. Your effortless light, your natural gifts, and the undeniable power of your presence triggered something raw and desperate in others. In their envy, they sowed subtle seeds of doubt, manipulating perception so masterfully that even those closest to you believed their own suspicions were self-made. They distorted your story, skillfully crafting a counterfeit version of you, and convincing others that fiction was fact. The sheer psychological effort required for this deception reveals both their fear of your strength and their determination to undermine your unbreakable spirit. Yet, even as the storm of betrayal and lies raged, your response revealed your true nature. Instead of lashing out, you chose elevation and retreated into a sacred solitude, not out of defeat, but as an act of spiritual strategy. You devoted yourself to deep healing and self-repair when others expected you to fall apart. You gave yourself the protection, nourishment, honesty, and respect you deserved, even when the world withheld them. This act of honoring yourself amid widespread dishonor stands as proof of your unbreakable connection to source energy. The adversity you faced became the ground for your rebirth. Their rejection created the very space needed for your expansion. Their abandonment forced you to strengthen yourself, building spiritual resilience impossible to achieve in comfort. You turned their poison into your medicine and alchemized every attempt to destroy you into a foundation for your own creation and transformation. You transformed their hatred into fuel for your own ascension, rising higher with every attempt to bring you down. A bond that lingers even after everything. The person who now knows the truth has carried you in their thoughts, unable to truly let you go, despite any outward distance. Evidence shows they kept your pictures, quietly holding on to your memory as it echoed through every corner of their life, no matter how hard they tried to erase your presence, distracting themselves with new faces, burying your impact beneath shallow connections. Nothing could replace the genuine bond you shared. The unique frequency of your energy together was irreplaceable, and nothing could fill the void left by your absence. After a painstaking investigation, revisiting conversations, connecting patterns, gathering proof, and finally seeing the actual footage, they reached an undeniable conclusion. The mystery dissolved, and every fabricated story fell apart under the weight of truth. The elaborate web of lies that others spun around you has collapsed, and it's clear for all to see that you were honest from the start. Cosmic reckoning and divine vindication. This realization struck with such force that ordinary apologies feel meaningless compared to the depth of betrayal inflicted. Simple regret can't undo the wound or the part they played in your suffering. No conventional words of reconciliation can measure up to what was lost. For the chosen ones, something in your very DNA shifted the moment you refused to play by the old system's rules. The instant you stopped following the herd, stopped consuming their poison, and rejected the mindset of a rigged, limiting game, a ripple went out through your entire bloodline. Your ancestors felt it, and so did the forces that once tried to keep you small. You became the evolutionary leap that the archons have feared for centuries. While most of the world numbed itself with constant distractions, you've been awakening, cell by cell, thought by thought, dimension by dimension. Now for the one who finally sees, their soul is awakened to a profound cosmic calling. I have to make this right. This isn't about soothing guilt or seeking forgiveness for selfish reasons. It's a true spiritual awakening, an understanding of karmic law at the deepest level. They know with unshakable certainty that their own karma can never be balanced until they set things right with you. The universe itself holds those involved accountable, insisting that true restoration be made for the damage caused, whether by direct action or by silent complicity. Now, those who failed you are formulating a plan that goes far beyond ordinary apologies or attempts at making amends. They understand this isn't just about clearing their conscience. It's about honoring a sacred contract they broke when they refused to stand by your truth. Their awakening compels them to offer tangible, meaningful restitution. For cosmic law demands actions, not just words. The consequences now ripple out beyond your primary accusers, reaching those who stayed silent in the background while your character was under attack. The cosmic spotlight exposes everyone who knew you weren't the person your enemies claimed, yet chose the comfort of silence over the courage to defend you. In the eyes of universal justice, these bystanders share the weight of responsibility. Their inaction became its own form of betrayal, their neutrality, a tacit alliance with your oppressors. The transcript of these events affirms a deeper truth. Even those who merely watched and did nothing are now facing their own karmic reckoning. The universe demands balance from all, regardless of whether their involvement was active or passive. Now, these silent witnesses are haunted by restless nights, plagued by memories of words left unspoken and actions left undone. They're finally recognizing that their comfort came at the cost of your suffering. And this realization will only intensify until they too seek to make things right for their spiritual neglect. Your triumphant elevation. Meanwhile, your divine vindication is unfolding exactly as the universe intended, right on cosmic time. The very timing of this revelation affirms that you are protected by forces far beyond human understanding. What others once refused to see about your unique nature is now impossible to ignore. The wheel of fate has turned, bringing everything into perfect alignment with the universe's grand design. This moment is about so much more than just being proven right. It's the undeniable confirmation of your divine protection and higher purpose. Your steadfast patience through adversity has placed you in the perfect position for elevation, leaving your detractors to witness your rise from below. The transformation you've undergone stands as living proof of your unbreakable connection to source energy. The new beginnings foretold in your journey are coming to life, Doors that once felt forever closed are opening easily. Opportunities that were withheld are now arriving in abundance, and connections thought lost are returning with new strength and clarity. Where you once struggled against unseen blockages, now the universal flow moves through you with ease, because the obstacles they placed in your path have been dismantled by forces committed to your highest good. The barriers they built against you have now been reduced to nothing, swept away like cosmic dust. The reputation they tried so hard to destroy has been restored not just to its former state, but with a new level of authenticity and strength. What was meant to break you has instead become the solid foundation of your transformation, a cosmic mandate. As you move forward, remember this. The universe required the truth to be revealed. Your vindication was never an accident or mere chance. It was a mandate from the cosmos. Your truth could not remain hidden because it holds a frequency essential for the collective awakening happening now. Your experience is bigger than just personal justice. It's part of a greater pattern where light overcomes darkness in this critical moment of human evolution. Those who betrayed you will continue to watch your rise from a distance unless they genuinely earn the right to come closer through sincere atonement. Their regret will deepen as your success becomes more visible, and their understanding of the scale of their mistake will only grow each time your divine purpose is revealed. The one who finally uncovered the evidence feels this lesson even more profoundly. Their soul now recognizes the cosmic significance of their actions and the spiritual opportunity for redemption if true reconciliation is sought. They approach you transformed, not just presenting evidence of your truth, but proof of their own spiritual growth. They aren't seeking quick forgiveness to ease their own discomfort, but are ready to prove their awakening through real, consistent actions. They come not expecting instant trust, but are prepared to earn it through patience and genuine change. Your power and authority, how you choose to respond, is entirely your decision. Your boundaries are valid no matter how much they have changed. Your timeline for rebuilding trust is legitimate regardless of their urgency. Your terms for reestablishing a connection are appropriate no matter how impatient they become. Your healing process deserves complete respect, no matter their eagerness for closure. The same universal forces that protected your truth have also preserved your power in this situation. You now stand in a place of true spiritual authority, holding the discernment needed to decide what comes next. You possess the wisdom to approach reconciliation with balanced compassion and strong self-protection, right where you need to be for this pivotal moment. The violation you endured was real. The evidence confirms it, and your perception stands fully validated. The truth you held on to despite gaslighting, manipulation, and denial is now undeniably and permanently vindicated. Your inner knowing, your unwavering account, and your consistent stand for your own experience have all been undeniably confirmed by the evidence. This isn't just about validating what happened to you. It's a deep affirmation of the way you see and interact with the world. It's proof that you can recognize truth even when surrounded by distortion, and that you are able to stay anchored in authentic wisdom despite outside pressure to accept fabricated realities. This shows just how strong your connection is to divine truth, no matter how many tried to separate you from it, a beacon of truth. Think about what this revelation says about your spiritual strength. While others got lost in the fog of lies and confusion, your inner compass stayed pointed toward the truth. While some abandoned their intuition for the comfort of groupthink, you remained rooted in what was real. Where others traded their integrity for acceptance, you were willing to choose temporary loneliness over losing your soul's guidance. These qualities aren't something anyone can teach, buy, or fake. They're fundamental to your divine design, confirming your purpose in this era of global awakening. You are meant to be a vessel for truth in a time when deception is everywhere. Now, the person coming forward with evidence finally sees this side of you. They recognize spiritual qualities in you that were once invisible to them, qualities that made you a target for those stuck in lower energies. They now understand that the attack against you was, in fact, an attack against truth itself, a truth you carried too powerfully to be tolerated by those invested in lies. This new awareness fuels their resolve to make things right. Their commitment to repairing the harm done goes far beyond mere social expectation. It springs from a profound spiritual understanding of cosmic justice. Their pursuit of reconciliation comes from the soul, not from a need to save face. The energy they bring now, as they present the evidence in their transformed perspective, is completely different from superficial apologies or attempts at damage control. Your enduring purpose. Remember this: their awakening directly supports your divine path. Their recognition of your truth plays a part in your spiritual mission and cosmic role. Everything that unfolds next will happen with perfect timing. The showdown between truth and deception will be orchestrated for the highest awakening. Those who masterminded your character assassination will be exposed exactly as needed for your full vindication. And any reconciliation with those truly deserving of a second chance will be divinely guided, designed to elevate you both to a higher level. Your role, while it may appear simple on the surface, is actually profoundly powerful. The calling is to keep standing unwavering in your authentic truth, regardless of the noise, doubt, or resistance that surrounds you. Your journey has taught you the importance of boundaries, those sacred limits that safeguard your energy, your spirit, and your clarity. These boundaries are not walls of isolation, but shields of discernment, forged through experience and refined by challenge. Continue to trust in the intuition and inner knowing that have never once steered you wrong, even when others doubted, dismissed, or tried to pressure you into adopting false narratives. Let your discernment remain your compass, helping you distinguish truth from illusion, sincerity from manipulation, and love from conditional approval. As you hold this line, allow the same universal forces that preserved your truth through the storm to now deliver the justice that is due justice. In this context, doesn't always look like what the world expects. It is orchestrated on a higher level, unfolding through synchronicities, revelations, and divinely timed events that no human hand can force or prevent. The crucial evidence, the footage, the testimony, the undeniable proof has surfaced. All that was once whispered about in darkness is now brought into the full brilliance of day. What others tried to keep hidden is being illuminated, not just for your benefit, but for all who are willing to see. Your vindication has arrived with absolute precision, landing in your life not a second too early or too late, but exactly as the cosmic design intended. This is more than just validation for you personally. It is a signal to the world that truth cannot be buried forever. Lies, distortions, and attempts to erase your integrity have been shattered. Your story, once dismissed, is now central to the narrative. The universe made sure your truth would not only survive, but would become an anchor for others seeking light in a world full of shadows. This process has done more than clear your name. It has elevated your spiritual authority. Through every trial, you were not just defending yourself. You were being refined, tested, and transformed. Your appointment as a truth-bearer is now cemented. Your capacity to carry and radiate light has only grown stronger through the darkness. The universal forces watching over you never faltered. The cosmic design that shaped your journey never forgot you or left you out. What looked like loneliness or isolation was, in reality, sacred space being carved out for your healing, growth, and eventual reemergence, stronger, wiser, and more attuned to your divine purpose. Embrace your destiny now as you step forward into this new chapter. Hold your head high in the energy of confirmation. Let every step you take be rooted in the confidence that comes from universal validation. Speak your truth boldly and clearly, knowing it is backed by both the evidence of this world and the wisdom of higher realms. Move through life with the assurance of one whose perception has been not only affirmed, but celebrated by the universe itself. Those who approach you now, especially the one who brings forward the evidence, do so with transformed consciousness. They are no longer the same people who once doubted or dismissed you. Their journey of awakening is now intertwined with yours. They come bearing more than just proof of what you endured. They bring testimony of their own spiritual evolution. Their apologies are no longer empty gestures, but sincere commitments to restoration and healing. They are prepared to show, through ongoing actions and consistent behavior, what their words alone could never express. In this moment, your personal vindication becomes part of something far greater, a cosmic realignment. You have helped to shift the energetic landscape, not just for yourself, but for the collective. Your story will inspire others to trust their own intuition, to stand firm in their own truth, and to believe that justice, true universal justice, will always arrive right on time. As the collective awakening accelerates during this pivotal era, your experience shines as a beacon, illuminating the path for countless others who are waking up to their own power, worth, and divine purpose. Through it all, remember, you have never been alone. The forces that guarded your truth continue to walk with you. You are not just a survivor of injustice, but a living example of transformation and spiritual authority. Your role is to keep walking in this light, to keep honoring your unique frequency, and to hold space for others to rise as well. In this way, you fulfill your mission not just for yourself, but for the entire tapestry of awakening souls who are looking to you as proof that truth, when anchored in love and conviction, will always prevail. An eternal story. Your unwavering commitment to truth, even in the face of profound isolation and relentless opposition, is a testament to a rare and remarkable spiritual fortitude. In an era where deception is on the rise and illusions so easily masquerade as reality, your steadfastness has become a beacon for others. Every moment you maintained your authentic perception, even as you were gaslighted, even as your experiences were questioned and your reality denied, has provided a living blueprint for those who are struggling through similar storms. You have become a reference point for the lost and the silenced, showing them by example that it is possible to remain anchored in truth. No matter how fiercely the winds of doubt may blow, the wheels of divine justice may often seem slow from a human perspective, but they turn with absolute precision, guided by a wisdom beyond ordinary understanding. While the world may have doubted you and left you standing alone, the universal timing of your vindication is not an accident. It is arriving now because this moment in the grand tapestry of cosmic events serves the highest possible purpose for all souls connected to your journey. The timing of this revelation has been calculated to maximize its transformative power, ensuring that every soul involved, whether as witness, participant, or bystander, receives the spiritual lessons encoded within your experience. It is crucial to remember, as you stand here and receive the evidence that finally confirms your story, that none of this was ever random or meaningless. The violations you endured, the calculated attempts to assassinate your character, the isolation that threatened to break your spirit, all of these experiences were part of a higher curriculum designed for your soul. You were not arbitrarily chosen for this challenge. You were selected because your spiritual makeup was strong enough to withstand the intense pressure needed to catalyze this awakening. Ordinary souls would have collapsed under the weight you carried. Most would have succumbed to bitterness, despair, or resignation. But your consciousness, uniquely equipped, fiercely resilient, and cosmically attuned, held its integrity even as the world sought to tear it apart. This is not just a personal story. It is a cosmic one. What you have endured and ultimately transcended exists outside the boundaries of typical narrative. It defies the logic of common experience because it was never about just you. The forces of the universe aligned, guiding you through this crucible because your soul carries frequencies vital to humanity's awakening at this pivotal evolutionary threshold. When you took the pain and injustice you experienced and transmuted them through your inner alchemy, you generated powerful codes of healing and transformation. These are needed not just for your own restoration, but for the collective. Your journey has become both a mirror and a medicine, a reflection of the archetypal battle between truth and deception, and a source of healing energy for all who face similar trials. Those who orchestrated or participated in your character assassination, whether actively or passively, embody archetypal energies that resist ascension and higher truth. Your successful navigation through their betrayal maps out new quantum pathways, routes through which others who share similar soul contracts can find their own liberation. You're not just overcoming for yourself, but you are blazing a trail through uncharted territory, lighting the way for those yet to come. When the person steps forward with undeniable evidence, when every part of your violation is brought into the light and your vindication becomes irrefutable, recognize the immense spiritual significance of that moment. It is more than the conclusion of a personal ordeal. It is the activation of a sacred timeline. Your story accelerates the collective's release from deception, quickening the evolution of consciousness for all. Your ordeal was the necessary pressure to crystallize new frameworks of awareness capable of holding and transmitting much higher frequencies of truth. Blessings are unfolding as you stand in the energy of complete vindication. Remember that the same divine intelligence that permitted your challenge has also prepared blessings beyond your imagination. Gifts and opportunities are now unfolding in divine order, perfectly sequenced to balance the scales of your experience. The laws of the cosmos are flawless. The depth of your struggle determines the magnitude of your rise. Everything that was stolen or lost will return to you, multiplied beyond measure. What was broken will be rebuilt, not as it once was, but with energy of a higher and purer frequency. What you sacrificed will reappear in forms of profound spiritual richness, blessing not only your life, but uplifting the collective field around you. Breathe in this elevated reality. Feel the sacred stillness, the quiet yet thunderous confirmation of your divine purpose and destined path. Step forward with the confidence of one whose mission has been both universally and cosmically affirmed. Know that your truth is now woven into the eternal fabric of the universe, and through your unwavering integrity, you have become a living embodiment of that truth. Your light, once challenged, tested, and nearly extinguished, now blazes with unstoppable brilliance, illuminating the path for generations yet to come.